So here we are at week one, it's the beginning of your journey. By now you would have picked your business name, you'd be pretty impressed that you've got your business name. Hopefully you're really proud of the business name you've come up with, and you're now on the way to starting your own gig. It is such a daunting and exciting time for you at the same time. And we get it because we've all been there. We've been in your shoes where you are today, and we understand that it seems like a mountain you're about to climb. But hey, when you break it down into small steps, small things that you need to do every week, it's not that hard. Now that you've got your business name in place, we need to look at what your business is going to look like at the end of this course. What are you trying to achieve? Because if we don't have a goal at the end, we've got no idea how we're going to get there. So it's really important that you take note of what we're about to explain and show you, because it's such a different way of thinking. It's such a different way to start a trades business. Most people start a trades business because they're good at what they do, which is awesome, but it doesn't mean you're good at running a business. So we're going to lay it out for you. We're going to make it very, very simple, but it's the thinking that you got to get right to begin with. Anyway, strap yourselves in. Let's get working on it. As I promised, here's the business model that has been designed by my sister company, Skills for Life Academy. As you can see, I'm wearing their t-shirt. And it's a pretty comprehensive business model, and we're going to be working through this over the next 90 days to give you some solid foundations in your business to grow and scale at the end of this. All right, but if we're not working to a plan, we've got no idea where we're going. So it's like being up in an aeroplane and having no dashboard or no cockpit controls or anything that you can see where you're going. So this business model is going to keep us on track. And remember, when you build a business, same as when you build a house or anything, it's got to be built on solid foundations. And if you don't have solid foundations in place, everything's going to fall over eventually. Anyway, I'm going to go through the business model with you now over this week, and I'm going to show you exactly the step-by-step process we're going to work through so that you can create a business model that is solid foundations and is set to grow and scale. It's super important as you begin your journey to creating a business that you start with the right thinking. Now, I understand right now you're a trader, you're good at what you do, but perhaps you're not really good at running a business because you were never taught to do that at trade school. So generally people just go into business because they're good at what they do, not good at running a business. I'm going to help flip that for you so that you become good at running a business and good at what you do. So now you've got something that's very scalable and is easy to scale and grow because you've set it up the right way. The most important thing to think about is this. If you were to buy an investment property, how much time would you spend in that investment property for it to make you money? Correct. Hardly anything. You'd get it set up, you'd get it painted, you'd get it organized, and then you'd rent it out, and it grows in equity over time. It grows in value. So that makes you money without you doing anything. Now, it's very important to think about a business as the same thing. Eventually, you want a profitable investment that works without you in it. That's a business. Okay? You don't have to do it straight away. And most people say to me, Aaron, I love working on a tool. I understand you do. I get it. But eventually, to have the choice to step off the tools and not work 60, 70 hours a week, I'm sure you would love that opportunity. So if we can do it now and set it up right, when you get to that point in your life where you want to step off the tools, it is a profitable investment that works without you in it. And you can go and do whatever you want, invest more money in other things, create more businesses. Who cares what it might be? But at least you have the choice, you're not chained to something. So we're going to set it up this way to begin with, and we start with the thinking that you're an investor in your business, and then you jump into the other areas of your business by choice, and also because you have to right now. You're the only person in it. Anyway, I will take you through the next step at the end of this. Okay, so I don't know if you heard it, but in the last slide, there's this massive storm going over Sydney at the moment. So you can't pick your recording days, obviously. So so I do apologize for the massive clap of thunder that happened before. Anyway, step 2 in the journey is to come up with your values, your culture, vision, mission, and goals. Okay, so it's super important. Most people say, well, why would I need that in a trades business? Well, as a tradie, you've got to know what your company values are. It's so important to understand what the company values are, because it happens when you're talking about your sales process, it happens when you're employing people, it happens when you're starting to work for clients. What's the culture? What's the culture of your business? What do you want to be known for? What's the vision and mission? What are you trying to achieve with your business currently? And then what are the goals? What are the goals that you want to achieve over the next 90 days, 1, 3, and 5 years with this business? So it's super important that we work on this stuff now. Once we nail it, we can then give that as an advertising brief to a marketer who can now create your whole marketing campaign based on your values, your culture, your vision, and your mission, and your goals. So super important, but most people don't understand that that's something they need in a trades business. Absolutely you do, and that's why it's super important. And I've given you all of the documents you need to be able to create all of these things for your business. Okay, step 3 is all about solid foundations. And now this is crucial to be able to create solid foundations in your business for you to be able to grow and scale profitably. You can grow and scale, absolutely, but if you don't have solid foundations, it's all going to fall over, cost you a hell of a lot of money, and probably a hell of a lot of time doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. So first of all, we start with a 90-day plan. What does the next 90 days look like for you and your business? What are you trying to achieve? And then we break that down into a step-by-step weekly plan of what you're going to achieve this week. And this is working on your business plus working in your business, but generally we like to say working on what are you going to achieve and what are you going to do over the next 90 days, and then break that down into a week-by-week plan. The next thing is creating the long-term, the BHAGs, the 1, 3, and 5 year goals and plans, things that you're going to achieve as a business. Where do you want to be in the next 12 months? Where do you want to be in the next 36 months? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years, 70 months? That's a long time, but if you don't have a plan on what you're doing, it's going to take you a long time to get there. We want to create the goals for the business. What are you trying to achieve with your business? What do you want it to look like, feel like, and be? What do you want it to be serving the public with? Is it customer centric? Is it about quality product? What is it that you want to try and achieve? Time. How do you utilize your time the most efficiently way that you can? The most effective and efficient way of managing your time is by operating to a diary that you can check back in to make sure you are achieving all of the things that you need to achieve. Your cash flow, super important. Most people don't focus on this, but having a cash flow forecast, understanding your financials, setting up your P&L correctly, so it can give you the data that you need to track that you are profitable. Remember, we're going for a 20% net profit. That means you've got to be hitting at least a 50% GP, gross profit. So we show you how to do that. And the next thing is team. So we get ready and get set up so that you can hire your first employee, contractor, whatever it might be. That can be contractor agreements. It could be employment contracts. It could be understanding their KPIs, all of the things that we're going to go into below next. So I hope by now you're starting to get the picture that having a business is a lot more to it than just getting on the tools and operating and building up a good rapport with your customers, who then refer you into other customers, and now your business starts to grow. But in the background, you've got to understand that there's foundational stuff that has to be done to make sure that your business grows, and it grows profitably. I've seen so many business owners in the trades business grow, but grow unprofitably. I was one of those people, and it cost me an absolute fortune by not having solid foundations in place and understanding my legal requirements, my financial requirements, and everything I needed to know about running a business. I was really, really good at painting and decorating, building teams, and getting motivational stuff happening, but I wasn't very good at the other side. So you can see that there's lots of different roles in a business. There's the operations, there's the marketing and sales, and there's admin, HR, and finance. Now, each one of those is underpinned by things like KPIs, KBIs, which is not on that list. So key performance indicators of your people and your department. So the people need KPIs, and so does the department. KBIs are key behavioral indicators. They're things about how do people behave when they're representing your company. Roles and responsibilities, key things to have in place so that everybody knows what is their role and what is their responsibility. Even you as a business owner need to have roles and responsibilities defined in each of the areas you work. Systems and processes. If you think of McDonald's as a system and process, they're really, really good at systems and processes, and they understand how to build something that just follows a system and a process that works and delivers a consistent product. And hey, they've got 19-year-old kids who can't even tidy their bedrooms following a system and process to give the same result. For example, a person that stands at the front counter of McDonald's has 51 KPIs they've got to remember, know, and be able to act and behave to those KPIs. And then there's accountability. Somebody's got to keep all of the people accountable to all of this stuff. And that's where I come in to keep you accountable, but you've got to keep your staff accountable. So it's super important that you do follow this business model. You get all of these things in place before you even consider scaling up to the next level. But we are going to look to be employing your first contractor or employee by the time we finish this course. This is super exciting because we're going to put all the things in place to make sure that you've got all this stuff in the background so that you can bring someone on to help you so that you're not doing everything in your business. So well done. That completes week 1 of your journey. So I think by now you'd have a very, very good idea of what a business is. So it's super important that you lock that in. You lock that in as the investor thinking of your business. You lock that in and all of the roles and responsibilities that you've got to undertake. You lock it in as something that is now your operating system. It's what you're going to operate to. All right. Next week, we're going to cover off a business plan. Business plans are super important. So if you don't have a plan, how do you know how you're going to get there? It's like your GPS for your business. It's a step-by-step guide of how you're going to operate, grow, and scale your business. Super important. Like when you've got GPS on, yeah, I get some of the times you know the way, so you kind of take shortcuts. But generally, a GPS will help you get to where you want to go by a step-by-step process. Turn left here, turn right there, go straight forward, and down 100 meters, turn left. It's your guide, and it's exactly what we're going to go through over the next 13 weeks. We're going to get your plan in place, and then we're going to just start following it. Super, super crucial, important step that we're going to do next week. So make sure you tune in next week. Make sure you've done all your homework from this week. Don't get caught behind, because as soon as you do, you're going to get lost. You won't be able to keep up with the program. If you are struggling to keep up, please reach out. I can help you with every step of your journey to make sure you're getting stuff done that you need to get done. Anyway, I will see you next week for your business planning session.